Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good Monday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson. Here is the latest from Denver 7.
Colorado Governor Jared Polis is pushing our state to move entirely to renewable energy by 2040. Part of that commitment is a push to get more Coloradans to get behind the wheel of electric and hybrid vehicles.
But not everyone thinks the government should be promoting certain vehicles over others. Denver 7's Micah Smith is going 360, bringing us multiple perspectives on this debate.
From thousands of dollars off of a car's sticker price to being able to drive in HOV lanes with just one person in the car, the federal and now state government is trying to get more people to go electric. Earlier this year, Governor Polis announced his plans to get to zero emissions by 2040. That announcement sparked a range of reactions and was followed by proposed legislation that would give incentives to car buyers who choose electric vehicles. I talked to Tim Jackson, who is the president of the Colorado Automobile Dealers Association. On behalf of consumers, he's filed a lawsuit against the state's emission standards and says the cost of discounted electric cars will be passed on to consumers who choose gas-powered vehicles.
It's going to raise the price on the cars that Colorado consumers typically buy to push people into something that may not work for them. We just don't think it's government's role to tell consumers what vehicle they have to buy.
We also talked to a consumer who says incentives like being able to drive in HOV lanes have worked for other states trying to meet emissions goals, and Colorado should embrace the proposal.
So it's been really successful in other states where they've tried it, like in California, for example. Especially on those heavy commute areas like Boulder to Denver. I think it's very successful in selling electric vehicles, and I personally would support it.
We will continue to go 360 on incentives for electric vehicles. My colleague, reporter Jennifer Kovaleski, will share even more opinions tonight on Denver 7. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Micah, thank you. Tonight, the Denver City Council will vote on a plan to expand the ShotSpotter system to downtown. That system uses high-tech sensing devices to detect and locate where a gunshot was fired. City Councilman Albus Brooks says the technology helps police respond to possible shootings within seconds, but expanding the system would cost the city an additional $104,000.
It is more than worth the money. This is something that a community cherishes and makes them feel safe. And it really makes us get guys off the street and gals off the street who are using weapons and getting guns off the street.
The ShotSpotter system has been used in Northeast Denver for several years now. Help will soon be on the way for a Denver neighborhood struggling with crime. The Westwood neighborhood is getting a $1 million grant from the Department of Justice to address crime and poverty in that community. But the Denver City Council still needs to pass a resolution before that money can be distributed. That vote will happen at tonight's City Council meeting.
Tonight, people in Parker will talk about a proposed gun range that some simply don't want there. The indoor range would be near Echo Park Stadium, where schools often play football games. The town council plans to talk about the proposal at 7 o'clock tonight. At the last meeting, some were concerned the range would cause a safety problem and lower property values. The developer says it would be a safe facility designed to educate people about gun safety. More than 5 years after deadly floods wiped out roads and homes here in Colorado, another major repair project starts today. Crews will be repairing Highway 72 in part of Coal Creek Canyon in the foothills. They'll be working on a 12-mile stretch of the highway. It includes replacing culverts and guardrails, widening the road, and other improvements. The road was reopened back in 2013 after emergency repairs, but officials hope these permanent repairs will reduce future damage. Work will be done on weekdays and it will take about a year or so.
The secret is out. Hanging Lake is one of our Colorado's most beautiful sights. Soon, though, we'll all have to take a shuttle to see it in peak months. They won't start running until next month, but you can start putting in your reservations today. Denver 7's Nicole Brady breaks down how much it'll soon cost you to visit the popular site.
That reservation system goes into effect 1 month from today on May 1st. But today, as of 10 a.m., you can start making those reservations online. And you will need that reservation if you want to visit Hanging Lake in the winter months to enjoy its frozen beauty, or if you want to see it in the summer and early fall, which is by far the most popular time to visit. In fact, the U.S. Forest Service says up to 1,200 people per day visited Hanging Lake in the summer of 2017. All that increased traffic has caused damage to the trail and parking problems, and unfortunately there are some visitors who have been very disrespectful, leaving trash behind or graffiti vandalism.
But we're hopeful that with a reduction of the overall numbers on those really high peak days, that we'll be able to really see better compliance with those rules. We'll see fewer people on the trail, and people enjoy themselves a little more, and really find themselves with a happy visitor experience.
So here's how the reservation system works. It's $12 per person in peak months. During those peak months, you'll have to take a shuttle to reach the trailhead, and visitation will be capped at about $615 per day. In the non-peak months, it'll be $10 per person, and you can drive yourself. And this month, April, is your final chance to visit Hanging Lake for free without those restrictions. Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
A disappointing loss for the Nuggets last night leaves them now a game behind first place in the Western Conference. Last night, the Nuggets lost to the Wizards 95-90. Before the game, they were tied with Golden State for that #1 seed in the West. The Nuggets take on the Warriors tomorrow night in California.
Meanwhile, Rockies baseball returns to downtown Denver later this week, and Denver 7 is helping you prepare for this big, fun tradition.
Oh, yeah, one of the biggest days of the year in downtown Denver. In fact, a lot of people skip work and just hang out downtown.
So the Rockies are in Tampa today to take on the Rays. They're currently 2-2 after splitting the first 4 games of the year with the Miami Marlins.
So we hope Friday's home opener against the Dodgers a little bit warmer than last year. These are scenes from then. You might remember some falling snow and some 20-degree temperatures, but it didn't keep fans away.
All right, this year's looking better, Lisa.
A lot better. Yeah, yesterday or last year, really at first pitch, we were at 27 degrees. This year, it's going to be a lot different. Take a look at the forecast for Friday. By 2:10, 63 degrees. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s during the game under a little mix of sun and clouds, so it's going to be a beautiful day. We've got a gorgeous start to our week. Right now, this Monday, we've got a little bit of cloud cover. Temperatures in the 30s early on, but we're likely going to be in the low 50s between 12 and 1, and then upper 50s for highs today. So it's going to put us at about 57 to 58 degrees here in Denver between 4 and 5 o'clock. A little breezy for the northern front range, so I-25 north of Denver, closer to Fort Collins and Longmont. It's going to be a little breezy today. Overnight, we'll see a little increase in cloud cover, and then tomorrow morning, some light snow for the northern and central mountains. We're going to stay dry here in Denver for most of tomorrow, but we've got a shot at a few showers tomorrow late day. That'll be for the late evening commute and then into early Wednesday morning. Temperature-wise, though, tomorrow is still pretty mild, upper 50s to near 60 on Tuesday. It gets a little cooler with a better chance for a few storms and showers on Wednesday, but looks great toward the end of the week. Mid to upper 60s, you guys, Thursday and Friday. Look at Saturday, a nice weekend, a lot different than this past Saturday. Highs will be close to 70 degrees.
Hitting it right this week. All right, thanks, Lisa. Well, this week's warm weather couldn't have come at a better time for boaters in Larimer County.
That's right. Horsetooth Reservoir and Carter Lake both opening select boat ramps starting today. Last week, we saw boaters take advantage of opening day at both Cherry Creek and Chatfield State Parks. One popular boating spot in Colorado, though, won't have any boats in the water at all. Westminster banned boating at Stanley Lake due to concerns of invasive species.
A lot of boaters are upset about this because they say the announcement came after they'd already made plans for this season. There is a public meeting scheduled for tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the City Park Recreation Center.
CU Boulder is giving students a reason to make a positive impact on the world.
This is cool. The university is continuing a pilot program that allows students to earn scholarships by doing good.
So under the program, students earn positive impact points for taking part in activities that benefit the environment, the community, or their own health and well-being. So there are a lot of ways to earn points, including doing things like using a bike share service, riding public transportation, and volunteering.
And students can exchange every 10,000 points for a $100 scholarship, up to $500. The school hopes to get at least 10% of students involved in the program. That's a lot of good doing right there.
Yeah, and a lot of good money. All right, this has been your Denver 7 on-demand update. Thanks for joining us.
And make sure you check back here later today for another update and download the free Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. Have a great day.